Alrighty, so welcome to How to Get Clients Daily from a Facebook group. Imagine signing new coaching clients, business coaching, life coaching, fitness coaching, healing, therapy, or agency clients every single day, no ads from a Facebook group. Who would like to be able to do that? It's Jason Grossman here, the founder of the Surge Institute. In this live training, you might be watching a replay. I'm literally going to share with you a Facebook funnel system that we teach to get clients every day. Now, on this call, we have our VAs and angels here. We have an amazing team, very affordable, highly trained virtual assistants, social media managers, appointment setters, video editors, and more. And if you're one of our angels, say hi, welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is compulsory training for your VAs. We do have some business owners here as well. Maybe you're in our business coaching program. If you are one of it in our business coaching program or upcoming boot camp, we make these free events compulsory because we design them around you guys, what's going to be probably most relevant to you. And if you're hiring a VA through us, this is a great training for you guys because if you're hiring a VA through us, 80 to 90% of what I'm going to share with you today, if you're a business owner, your VA can do for you. So who'd like to be able to get clients every day, or if you're a business owner, or if you're a VA, help your client get clients every day? Like imagine signing a client every day. Heck, imagine Sandy, you guys, Mark, imagine just signing one client a week. I mean, that's 50 clients a year from one strategy. And it really is a game changer. What I'm going to share with you guys today, if you've been in our community as a VA or business owner for a while, you're going to notice some familiar aspects and elements, especially if you're in our coaching program, one of our team, or hiring a VA through us from the strategy calls. But in 2025, a lot has changed with organic marketing. Who agrees? Lead generation and marketing is getting harder online. Do you guys agree? I think most people will agree. And if you're watching live, thank you for joining us live as well. If you're watching a replay of this on YouTube, feel free to interact, ask questions. I will chime in when I can and answer those questions as well. So this is a new, up-to-date, refined Facebook funnel system. We've taken the lessons that we've learned from 2025 because it is getting harder. A couple of challenges. Obviously, UVAs are finding it more challenging to create Facebook accounts and to get them working. People are getting restricted more. People are getting accounts removed more. So we're also going to talk a little bit about that. So today's very simple, is how do we turn Facebook into a funnel lead generation machine through 5 steps to literally get clients every day. I'm going to give you the recipe today. So I'm going to give you a fair bit of information and it's going to be quite overwhelming. I'm going to talk a little bit faster. It's the first time you're seeing any of my trainings. I do talk quickly in these. Two, one, I really do love what I'm sharing. I only train and teach what I enjoy. If I don't enjoy it, I don't train and teach it because that lack of passion and that lack of emotion, I think lacks the encouragement you need to go and implement it. The second thing is that I want to squeeze in as much value as possible. I honestly could do a full day training on this, a full day training. So I'm going to give you the pieces. I'm going to give you the steps. I'm going to give you the information. And at the end of this, I'm going to give you 3 options for those that need to or want to implement the system. And it's okay. I'll turn off my camera while I nurse my baby. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. So I am going to ask you some questions, and I encourage you, whether you're watching live or replay, is to participate and engage. VAs and angels, this is a formal new training for you with aspects that you've never been trained in. Even Noemi, who's been with me 7 years, there's new stuff for you. Again, it's new, improved, refined. So we've taken 10 to 20% of what I'm going to share with you is brand new that no one's seen. No one ever. Not Noemi, not business coaching clients, not Arnell, nobody. Okay. And then that's the purpose of today. The other thing is that if you're a business owner on this training, I'm guessing you do trainings. If you're a business owner, I'm guessing you're here for a reason and you want to get the most out of this. So I invite you, like Sandy and Mark and you guys that are business owners. Imagine if you were the presenter of the webinar. How would you want your participants to interact and engage, answer questions, and so forth? And be the leader that does that. Because if you do that when you attend trainings, what you're going to find is your attendees in your trainings will reciprocate in kind. And that's what leadership is. Leadership is doing. Okay. So I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to ask you to participate and engage. That includes VAs and business owners. If you stay with me to the end, you will have all the information you need to roll out a system, a full Facebook funnel system that will get you clients every day when followed. Okay. complete transparency, to roll out and implement the entire system takes between 3 and 6 months. Okay. But if I said to you, if you were to spend an hour or two a day on a system with your Facebook group, in 3 to 6 months, you'd be signing clients every day. Who would say it's worth it? Would you guys say it's worth it? You can use this strategy for if you're a network marketer, an affiliate marketer, coaching, consulting, therapy, healing, agency services. You can use this for any service you can think of. Okay. If you're just jumping in, welcome aboard. I can see a bunch of you guys just jumped in. Hey, Katie, how you doing? Hey, Corinne, how you guys going? Katie has just joined the group business coaching program, invested in the website with us. Congrats. You're going to love this process. Corinne is on the last week of a group coaching program. This is going to be great revision, but also, Corinne, there's some new stuff in here for you. Yep, awesome. Alrighty, cool. Sandy, investing the time is the worth the result. Yeah, 100%. Now, so here's the thing I love about Facebook. And again, some of today will be familiar to some of you guys. So a lot of successful, how often do we ask successful people two questions? One, if you could go back and change anything, what would you change? Two, if you had to start over, what would you do? They're probably the two big ones, right? That we ask successful people. So if I was to lose everything, start all over again, what would I do? Exactly what I'm about to share with you. If I lost my entire organization, my entire database, all of my socials, and I had nothing and no one knew who I was, the very first thing I do is exactly what I'm going to share in this training. In fact, this is what I'd focus most of my energy on, 80 to 90% of it. And if you do the same, you're going to get a massive result in the next 3 to 6 months. The awesome thing about what I'm about to share with you, it's the only strategy that works 100% of the time organically and with marketing. Who agrees that having an online business is overwhelming? It's a lot of moving parts, and it is getting harder to generate leads. It's getting harder to get people to attend webinars. It's all getting harder. So, as Jim Rohn used to say, don't wish life was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. So, I'm going to give you the knowledge and the skill you need to take the time over the next 3 to 6 months to get clients every day. Heck, let's say that if I said you put 1 or 2 hours a day in, that you'd be within 3 months getting at least one client every week consistently, no ads and organically, who would say it's worth it? I think most people would. There's a lot of noise online now, 100%. Yeah, yeah, for sure. So again, I'm going to share this with you. If you stay to the end, I do have a couple of offers for you guys as well. You're going to have 3 different options, but I really hope to encourage you to implement what I'm about to share with you. For those of you like Katie, Corinne, Sandy, that are hiring VAs through us or have VAs through us, your VA, first of all, should be here. So quickly shoot them a message if they're not. But this is training for the VAs as well. I encourage you guys to, I mean, Katie, we had a good chat yesterday. Right now, Katie, this is probably the best thing for you to focus on because it works every time and it kind of needs to be done anyway. And if you have a VA, it's much easier. If you don't have a VA, this you can still do this system, but having a VA does make it a lot easier to have it. So if you have VA, great. If you don't, you can still do this. Not a problem. In fact, it's exactly what I would do. But Katie, this would be perfect for you as well. Now, if your VA is here on this call, I would open up a private chat. And for you guys, I would make a bit of a checklist of, oh, we're not doing this yet. We need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do this. So we're talking about an entire Facebook funnel system with a lot of moving parts. We're actually going to go for about an hour from now. So it's probably going to take me about almost an hour from now. I don't know who my call is after this, Naomi, if you could check in. Get a VA if you don't have one. Seriously, a game changer. I believe, Sandy, you've just increased your VA's hours as well. Thank you for that. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so let's dive in and begin. So first of all, is as we dive in, there's 5 steps, 5 parts to getting a client every day. Okay, it's just like anything. I think a lot of people, we live in the microwave world, don't we? Everybody wants everything now, right? I want it now, right? I want it fast. I want to get rich quick. I want passive income today. But before you make passive income, you got to make active income. Before you work smarter, you need to work harder. You got to work longer. You got to do the work. You know, if you don't have anyone in your business, it's just you. You don't have a real business. You got to do it all yourself. Even if you're hiring a VA, there's still only 2 of you. I'm guessing you have big goals, big dreams, big mission, want to have a large impact, then you need a bigger team. This system can be run with 1 or 2 people, not a problem though. Okay, and it can be run on a shoestring. The awesome thing is it doesn't really cost anything, unless you have a VA and you're paying for a VA, right? So there's 5 steps, and this is a new step process. VAs, I want you to pay close attention. Noemi and you guys, it's good for you to know. Joanna, as my personal social media manager, it's important for you guys to know as well. So there's 5 steps, and we've got a slide for each of them. We're going to cover them in this training. One, the most important part, how do we optimize your personal profile, okay, and also your public group? So we've had a few of you guys, I think it was Amy the other day. I know a lot of you guys have had VAs creating Facebook accounts, and they're being deleted. So VAs and angels, Noemi, this is good for you to know as well. You guys know that we get you to create 3 Facebook accounts, but it's getting harder because they keep being deleted. So we're going to talk about how to optimize your personal profile to create what's called a healthy account, and more importantly, optimize your public group. Then we're going to talk about the steps to build your Facebook group. We built our last group to 120,000 members, our new one 42,000. We built our new group this year to 8,000 members since January. So we're very, very good at building groups because your biggest challenge is obscurity. People don't know who you are, what you do. We need to get in front of more of the right people. The third step is nurture. We need to nurture the people that join your Facebook group, nurture the community, build rapport, establish position as authority figure, credibility, etc. And then we need to qualify them. So again, this is a funnel system. When you think of the funnel, which is the largest part of the funnel, it's the top part. You want as many people that fit your avatar at the top of the funnel as possible to funnel them through. Then within the community, you qualify them. And I'm going to share with you exactly the steps to qualify them. And then the fifth is how do we convert them into an actual client? What's the process for qualifying them and then actually turning that qualified lead into an actual paying client? And we're going to talk about that as well. So again, my challenge is I have a short period of time to give you a recipe or a system. For those that want, at the end, I'm going to show you how we can help you implement the system. But also there's going to be some free resources I'll send you. If you are watching live, I'll also email by tomorrow, the slides that I'm sharing with you now, some free resources and some things I'm going to mention in this training, and you can watch that anytime. This will be uploaded to YouTube, put in our mastermind and a few other places as well. All of those other platforms have a conversational component, so feel free to interact in there. Okay. Just going to move my windows around. As we dive in, if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. We'll be happy to answer them and help you guys out. Not a problem. I'm just going to move my windows around here. So what I'm going to do, this part of the training is I'm just going to dive straight in and I'm just going to train. This is a no BS, no fluff training. I'm literally going to give you the how to. Who wants the pragmatic steps? Just give me the steps, step 1, step 2, step 3 to get clients every day. That's the remainder of this training is literally going to be do this step 1, step 2. So I'm going to give you the roadmap, the checkpoints, the how to, if you will, the information and the knowledge. Okay, and then it's up for you to implement it. There's 3 options to implement this after the training. Okay, so let's dive in and begin. You guys ready to begin? So yes, awesome. Congrats, Mark. Also, yesterday registering for the Sales and Appointment Setting Bootcamp as well as the group program. Looking forward to having you in that, brother. So the first step is we want to optimize your personal profile. So you may have heard who's heard the terms for paid advertising before, Facebook ads. We have top, middle, and bottom of funnel. Okay, if you haven't heard those terms, don't worry too much. But when you do paid Facebook ads, we have campaigns, and at the top of the funnel, the top of the campaign, we're doing a paid ad to attract cold people that don't know who you are. So if Corinne does a paid ad, that primary ad is for people that have never seen her before. That's the top of the funnel. And it's normally some sort of free offer or something like that. Okay. Then we have a middle of the funnel ad, which is a separate ad to nurture those people. Okay. To create goodwill, build trust, all that cool stuff. This is the warm market. And then the bottom of the funnel, we have a third separate ad, which is a call to action, normally to purchase something, buy something, or commit to something financially. Okay. What I have done with this Facebook funnel system is I've taken that paid ads funnel system and duplicated, turned it into an organic system. It is the most powerful funnel in the world. Okay. And I believe it's the best way to get the most amount of clients from Facebook. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. Happy to answer them. So we're going to do something a little bit different and unique that we've never done before, because who here, VA Angels, has been creating Facebook accounts and they keep getting deleted or having trouble having 3 or 4 active accounts? Okay. Yeah. So we're going to talk about how to optimize that. So the first thing is that to use this funnel, if you're a business owner and you don't have a VA, you're going to want at least two Facebook accounts, primary and a backup. Okay. For those that have a VA, your VA will have three Facebook accounts. Okay. And this will make more sense shortly as I go through the steps. So if I'm hiring Faye, and Faye is my Facebook social media manager, she's helping with this. Faye is going to have three of her own Facebook accounts, and I'm going to have two. Now we have five Facebook accounts to use and to grow. I'm going to explain more about that shortly because people are not allowed to log into our personal profile. So we're not allowed to have other people log into our personal profile. So we never want to allow that. Our VAs are not allowed to do that. Reminder, Search VA Angels, you're not allowed to log into a client accounts for Facebook. Okay. Um, so in regards to personal profile, you need to create what's called a healthy account. So this is more for VAs and angels. Knowing me, this is very important for you guys to know. The reason why some of you VAs, when creating multiple accounts, are having problems is because Facebook's AI is thinking that they're a bot account. There's a lot of fake accounts out there. There's a lot of bots out there, a lot of bot accounts. Okay. So here's what you need to do. So create one account. Don't create more than one account over a 24 to 48 hour period. So Faye, you might have your Prime account, you need two more. Create one tomorrow and then the other one 2, 3 days later. That's the first step. The second thing is you need to make sure that they are different profile photos. They have none of the same photos. Okay. Don't even have the same cover photo to begin with. Okay. And you can't use the same email. So they got to look very different. Okay. If it was me, okay, I have three accounts. One would be Jason Grossman, first name and last name. One would be my full name, Jason David Grossman. Yes, my middle name's David. And the third one would be Jason D. Grossman. So I have full name, I have full name with middle name and then middle initial. So three separate accounts, three separate names, three separate photos, nothing the same, everything's completely different, spaced out. Okay. So that should help all the way. Now we want to create a healthy account. So the first of all is you need to ask all our VAs to add you as a friend. Do not send any friend requests at all for the first 24 hours. So Faye, in our Angels group and chat, I've just created an account. Can everyone send me a friend request? And accept 20. Once you've got 20 friends that are the VAs, that's going to start, and that you didn't send requests for, that's going to help create the healthy account. Number one. Number two is on those 20 accounts, like at least one post and comment on each. Okay. So now Facebook's AI will pick up that, hey, you're a real human being having real conversations. Also DM 10 to 20 of those people. Okay. So you should not be instigating anything in the first 72 hours, 48 to 72 hours on your account, Faye. So Faye, if you create an account right now, okay, you're not sending any friend requests. You're not sending any DMs to someone that hasn't sent you a DM. You want to have 10 or 20 of our VAs, okay, send you a friend request, okay, you interact on the post, and then you can actually DM with them as well. Does that make sense? If you do it in that fashion, it's going to work 90% of the time or more. Okay, does that make sense, Nomi, and VAs? Yeah, okay. That's more for our VAs than the business owners. But business owners, it's good to know as well. I know Amy and some of the guys have had issues with that. Okay. So create a healthy account that looks like a real account. And then obviously, do a couple of posts and stuff as well. So in regards to your public group, okay. So the top of the funnel for this system is the Facebook group. Now, here's what's really important about the Facebook group. Now, one thing that's really important to understand, and I touch on this in the strategy calls, is the difference between algorithm and the search engine. People are always talking about algorithms, boosting hacks, etc. for the algorithms, which is great, but that is the micro part of social media. The key to building a funnel system organically on Facebook is to recognize that Facebook is a Google. It's a search engine. if you know how to optimize your profile and more importantly, your Facebook group to get seen more in the search engine, it's going to take off and explode. So I'll give you an example. I'll show you ours. Most of you probably seen it. So I built my last group to 120,000 members. Somebody stole it, so I launched this group. So this will be revision for some of you, but it is important. Okay, the nuances. So I launched this group about 2.5 years ago. You can see we've got almost 43,000 members at the top left here. Okay, if we have a look at the growth, we get about 250, 300 new members a week. Okay, we look at members. Instead, they're 250, and it's down as well. So who would like 250 to 300 new members in your public group every week? Would you guys like that? We do this every time. This works 100% of the time. This is the only strategy or system that I've seen online that works for everyone every time when followed. Period. It's impossible. It's an infallible system. That's a big, big call with everything that you can do online. It is the only strategy we can use that works 100% of the time, guaranteed. People want to challenge it, go for it. Yeah. Is that a question, Sandy? I don't know if that's a question. Open up my chat.
Yeah, that's the question. I'm not trying to give you a high five. I have the question. The question is that I'm taking notes on my computer, and we need to have three of our own personal accounts. I get that. That makes a lot of sense. I see where you're going. But our VA is supposed to have three of their own
Yeah,
accounts?
correct. So if you were my business coaching client, here's what I recommend for business coaching clients. You as a business owner has a primary account and a backup account. And the purpose of that is
Right.
if you lose your primary account, you're still an admin on one of your profiles to all your groups and stuff, right? And so you build those. So you only need two. You shouldn't need more than two, okay? Your VA will
Okay.
have three Facebook accounts, correct? And they should already know this and already have this in place. But yes, for this funnel system to work, and I'll explain
So
the logistics of that shortly. Yeah. Yep.
okay, so they have like my angel is Mary Louise. So her three ones are going to be in her name or my name.
Yep. So she has three Facebook accounts in her name, one with her full name, one with just her first and last name, and one with her first and last name and an initial. Just like I mentioned. They should already know this and already how to
Okay.
do that. And I've just made some suggestions to make sure they're healthy accounts that work. Because if you go and set up two or three accounts in one go on the same IP address, because it recognizes IP address as well. So yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Kind of
Yeah,
lost me there for a
perfect.
minute. I'm all good. Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure. No, that's good. I mean, that's why we're here, isn't it? So, now for online marketing, any strategy, it's now about the nuances. There's so many moving parts. So for a lot of you guys, especially business owners or the VAs as well, I encourage you as they go through this training to ask yourself, what am I not doing? Like Corinne, as an example, we just were on last week of the group coaching program. If you were to make a list of all the things you're not doing from this training, 15 to 20 things. And that's Corinne, who's been with us for months, who's going through the group program. There's a lot of moving little parts that are not happening because it works every time if you're consistent. Okay. So again, by the end of this, I'm going to give you a piece of the puzzle each step. It's going to create more questions for you. And then at the end, you'll have all the pieces and it's going to be very, very clear. Okay. So with the public group to optimize this Facebook group, there's a couple of things. The screen's just gone black. I'm not sure why it did that. That's weird. Um, so the first thing is that it needs to have a sense of neutrality and community. Neutrality and community. What does that mean? It means the biggest mistake I see people make is that a lot of people have a private group, but here's the thing. The best way to get in front of more of the right people, quantity, is with a public Facebook group. If you have a private group as your main group, it doesn't get seen in search engine. So you're not going to get a lot of growth and a lot of attention. Now, a private group has a place. I'm going to touch on that, but not as the top of the funnel. A fan page also has a place, but organically it's dead. It works best when you set up your pixel, you link a ManyChat bot to it, and you do paid ads. Purpose of a page is when you're doing ads. So you want it to be a public group. We want mass quantities in the top of the funnel into this group. So this group needs to be a neutral group directed to my avatar. So I need to be very clear on who my avatar is. So it's very clear. We specialize in online coaches and agency owners. It's fairly broad, but it's still very clear. Yeah, I'm a business coach, life coach, fitness coach. I have a social media agency, AI agency, whatever, right? So we created a public group called the Online Coaches and Agency Group Owners. Now, this is basic stuff. Most of you should know this already. What's really important is that when people come to this group, It doesn't fit like if I have two groups, one's called business tips for coaches and agency owners, and the other group is this one here. Which one are more people going to join? This one, because it feels like a place of safety. Someone's not going to try and pitch me and all the rest. You can even promote yourself in here. This is the fastest way to grow. You might be thinking, well, I want quality. Of course. But we want to get quantity in the group so we can nurture them and qualify them within the group. Okay. So a couple of things here that are really important. The welcome message. We need to have a solid welcome message in place that we can welcome people. Okay. Because what we want to do is we want to take the growth of these, we want to turn our social media followers into our email and phone list as well, because we have three lists. The Facebook group is the fastest way to build all three lists without spending a lot of money or doing ads. It is just the fastest way. LinkedIn is much slower with how fast you can grow. Instagram is great, but you can't create a funnel system. And same as TikTok and YouTube for videos. Again, you cannot create the funnel system. It is a bit slow to grow, and you are relying on algorithm and virality. For a coach, consultant, agency owner, network marketer, affiliate market, this is the fastest, most certain way, if you're consistent over 3-6 months, to get book solid above and beyond. Okay. So now a couple of things. You'll notice that there's an emoji here. They all have an emoji. There's keywords in my welcome and about section. I actually searched keywords because the key with a public group is to work with a VA to get it 2,000-3,000 members as quickly as possible, Sandy. Because once you do, search engine kicks in and you start getting organic growth. It works every time. Every time. You just got to get it to 2,000-3,000 members as quickly as possible and it'll take off. And we're just talking about optimization at this stage. But just so you guys know that we don't wing it, we do this every time. We're about to launch a sales academy where you can hire closers and salespeople from us. So we launched a community group called Salespeople, Sales Team, and Closers. We only launched this in January. See how many members? Almost 8,000 members this year, 7 months. Okay. So that means since we launched this, we've been getting 1,000 new members a month. We have a look at the growth of this group. I think it's more. This one's growing faster, actually. This one's actually doing really well. Yeah, 318 members, yeah, in a week. So we get nearly 1,000 new members every week. Sandy, can you post your questions for me in the chat for me? So I can just, is that okay? Yeah, guys, post your questions in the chat. That'd be awesome. Just so we can keep moving forward. That'll be great. And just be swift. I have a lot to get through still as well. But of course, would love to answer all your questions. So you can see we do this every single time. And again, if you look at the group, there are some similarities. There is an emoji. The name of my group is very clear. Who is it for? Okay, and it's a community for those people. So if you work with business owners, it's easier, personal trainers, chiropractors, etc. But if you're a healer or therapist or fitness and nutrition, it's a little bit more challenging. So for example, Lisa was one of my coaches. She worked with 40 plus women going through menopause to lose weight. So she created a group, 40 plus women going through menopause. Nice and simple, right? Now, if you're a healer or a therapist or a life coach, okay, you've got to think about it. You've got to get very clear on who it's for. You know, one of my clients once had a group called the Phoenix Rising Group. That doesn't mean anything to anyone. Doesn't matter what we want to call it, matters what resonates with other people, right? You're studying group with people who closer. Yeah, so Sandy, we're launching our fourth business, the Surge Sales Academy this year, where you can, you know, just like the VA system, but for closers and salespeople. So you can hire a sales team and closers from us personally, trained by me. That's coming this year. Yeah, very exciting. Been working on it for like 18 months. Yeah, it's a big job and it's a lot harder than the VA system because there's more nuances, but yeah, it's coming. It's coming soon. So yeah, stay tuned. It's coming. So that's the optimization of the group, okay? So the cover photo itself, notice how it's not linked to a person, brand, or business. It's not my business name, it's not my photo or anything like that. It's got my name here, of course, because I'm the creator of the group, but it feels like a community group that's for everyone. That's really important, okay? Any questions on that? Just post them in the chat. Happy to answer that. Yep. Cool, cool. So optimizing it. Now, if you're hiring a VA through us, there's a more in-depth training on how to optimize and tutorials in there. So step one, optimize. Step two is we want to grow the Facebook group. And this is the question I get asked the most, which is interesting because it's actually the easiest. Growing the group is very simple, very basic, but very monotonous and very bloody boring, which is why most people don't do it. Okay. So the first thing is you got to get very clear on who your audience is and specify. I like to niche up, not niche down, typically with business. But with the group, you do need to kind of niche down from the perspective of who is it for? Is it for men? at a certain age, men over 40, the men over 40s community group. Here's a perfect example. Like, I work with facilities. So if I have a health club in Melbourne, Australia, I'm going to create a public group called the Melbourne Community or whatever the suburb is, right? So I'm in Cairns right now. I'd call the Cairns Community Group. I'd have one for businesses and one for Gen Pop. Now I'm building a Facebook group of everyone in the community, one for business and one for Gen Pop. So you've got to think of what's the best way to bring in as many of your avatar as possible. And that's really important as well. Okay. Jeff, hey brother, would you recommend getting them over to school to make them your community? Brother, I'm glad you asked that. So I love school. I also like Circle. We personally use um, we personally use Mighty Networks. So I have a mastermind on Mighty Networks. It's like School. I think it's better because the API and there's more functionality. School is really cool because of obviously Hormozy and everything that went on there. But if you have a mastermind platform like School, that's exactly what we want to do, Jeff. If you have a look here, see here, here's a link to my mastermind on Surge. Sorry, on the Mighty Networks. So we want to funnel everyone from the Facebook group into the mastermind. So this is the best organic funnel system to grow your school without doing ads. There is no better system. Mighty Networks, yeah, Mighty Networks. We're officially launching, finally, my goodness, our mastermind and podcast, hopefully next week or the following week. It's been a big job. Mighty Networks. You can do virtual summits. You can put your courses on there. You can run events through there. You can put your cohorts in there. You can put groups in there. You can sell stuff in there. You can do lives in there. There's a live chat in there. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, it's not much you can't do in there. It has awesome API features for AI, like for onboarding, automatic, and all that. You're going to be seeing a lot of Mighty Networks coming from us. Probably around September, we're doing it like a big launch for it. It's going to be awesome. So yeah. So it's exactly what we want to do is we want to funnel people into that, Jeff. Yeah. Okay. Is it better than Goha level? We'll see. Here's the thing about Goha level. I think I love Goha level. I use Goha level. All our VAs are certified in Goha level. We have experts. We help people set up Goha level. We use it. The thing about Goha level, I think it tries to do too much though. Goha level is a great marketing CRM for growing your business from a sales and marketing perspective, is my opinion. I think from a communal perspective, I think even Slack is better. I would rather I use WordPress for my websites, use Mighty Network in my community, Go Level for my sales and marketing stuff, right? My pipeline, generating leads, converting leads. You've got the voice AI system now, which is freaking awesome. You've got Closebot, which is the AI that you can integrate into it, so it's really cool. But communally, I just like for people communally, I just think choosing School or Circle or Mighty Networks is better. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Thank you for the questions. Awesome. So here's how we grow it. Very simple. Sandy, we get on a call every morning with the VA. We can send 25 friend requests each profile. Okay. That means we can send 150 friend requests a day, 100 to 150 friend requests a day to fit the avatar. That's it. We do that every day forever. We never stop. I still do this now at this stage of my business. We never ever stop that process. Imagine if you did that every day, 5 days a week for 3 to 6 months, what's going to happen? It's impossible for it not to take off. Sooner or later, I don't know when, but it's going to happen. It's not a matter if, it's a matter of when. Problem is, it's so boring, most people aren't going to do it. And as a business owner, Sandy, you're not going to want to do it. You're not going to enjoy doing it, which is why we do it in the team meeting with the VA. We keep each other accountable to doing it. Then we can send 49 invites to the group to join per profile without being banned. Okay, and we do that every day, forever. As your team grows, Sandy, you hire a second VA. Now there's 3 of you doing it. You got a team of 5 of you. Now there's 5 of you doing it, and so forth. Okay. And you can also ask people to invite, ask clients and ask people to invite, offer an incentive. Remember, the key is consistency. The most important part of building a successful business, if you're not making at least $1 million a year, which is probably all of you, is consistency. No matter what happens in my life, no matter what happens in my business, even when I get ill, we are still consistent. We find a way to be consistent to at least a degree to have a daily presence to keep growing. If you just did this with your VA every day, even to have the weekends off, 3 to 6 months, your group will hit 5 or 10,000. It happens every single time without fail. Yeah. Cool. Any questions on growing the group? Now, there's some other ideas there. You can promote your group and so forth. I don't think you need to do much more than that because search engine kicks in and then it takes off organically anyway. Yeah. Okay. Perhaps the most important part, I think, is nurturing your audience and building rapport with them. Because one of the biggest rebuttals, one of the biggest objections I get with this, it used to be people didn't want to do it all. "Oh, I don't want to do all that every day. I don't like it." But people don't seem to have a problem with that now. I think the biggest problem is people are, "Oh, Jace, I want quality." Who wants quality leads? We all want quality leads, but we need the quantity first. Quality is more important, but quantity comes first. If I don't have a lead, there cannot be a quality of lead. If I don't have a community, there cannot be a quality of community. So I want to get the quantity first, and then I'll worry about the quality. So I want droves of people joining the group, and then within the group, I'm going to nurture them, build rapport with them, and then next step, qualify them. Hmm. So the way you do that is you build a relationship with them. So my suggestion is do a post in the morning, a post at lunch, and a post in the evening. Doesn't really matter what those posts are, as long as you're helping people solve a problem or get what they want. Actually help your audience. So what we do is our group, our avatar coaches and agency owners, we have two main programs. Startup program to get you 20,000 a month, scaling program to get you 100,000 a month. Very simple. Okay. So everything we do in that group is to show people how to get to 20,000 or to scale. Okay. Now we've created a company. This is why Katie's got a website through us where no matter what you need from us to get to that point, we can do websites for you. We can do go high level setup for you. We can set up your Mighty Networks for you. We can launch your podcast for you. We can do paid ad services for you. And then it's not jack of all trades. We have actual experts for each of the. We have a ManyChat expert, a bot expert. So I've spent years creating, setting up this company that we have at the moment. So you want to keep it very simple for yourself, though, right? So I actually suggest if you're very serious, like if you're not making at least 10 or 20,000 a month, I would focus almost all your energy on this system I'm sharing today. It's going to get your book solid with as many clients as you can handle. Then you can look at ads and other things you want, go high level or whatever it might be, right? But if you just focused on this with your team right now, it only takes under 2 hours a day, you'd be blown away by how quick your business grows because you're going to get more appointments and stuff like that as well. So I recommend, like Katie, you're just about to join the group program starting soon. 4 pieces of content. Now this is revision. We'll get to the cool new stuff very shortly. We'll get more advanced as we go along. So I recommend one question for engagement. So a colored background question, to create polarity. It could be something like does pineapple belong pizza? Could be about results, what are you struggling most with your weight loss? It could be for a free offer. Hey, I've got this webinar coming up. Who wants me info? We want to have at least one question a day or a poll every day to create engagement. They get more engagement because you want to give yourself and or your VA more people to speak to because you actually want to have conversations with people, not just in the group, but also through chat as well, either yourself or your VA. We also want to have one short form, one reel. A reel is great for capturing attention and creating credibility. 60-second clip. Don't have a video editor, do it raw. Record it and upload it, put it everywhere. Remember to add it, use stories and all that cool stuff as well. One Facebook Live. I recommend the smaller, like Mark, I don't think you have any clients yet. If you've got no clients, I'll be going live every day. Every day. 5-10 minutes every day. Going live and building community. It's the best way to connect with your audience, to have conversations, to answer them live, people that join and so forth, right? The bigger your business gets, the less you might do. You get to 10 to 20,000 a month, you might drop back to 2 or 3 a week. You're getting super busy scaling, you might do one a week. Okay. And one written post, one blog post with a photo of you for personal branding. So we have engagement, we have attention, we have connection, we have branding. They each have a little bit of a different intention, but they all have one thing in common, and all of you should already know this. They must have a CTA, call to action. Account should be 60 days old to do live. Well, it's your account. So if the business owner is doing this, your account should be more than 60 days old already. Yeah. So I didn't think we should be doing lives from new accounts. Yeah. Okay. And so we need to have a call to action. We need to have our Calendly link set up. We need to have some free offers ultimately set up on Go High Level ClickFunnels. And we need to have a next event. If you don't have any free offers, don't worry too much. You want to make sure you always have a next event and have a Calendly because now we have calls to action. So if you go to any of my content in the groups, you'll see there's lives, there's reels. This is what I personally do now. We preach what we practice. I'll have a call to action. Now, you can do other pieces of content that don't have calls to action, congratulations and clients and personal posts and all that kind of stuff. But these ones in particular are to actually get clients. These posts in particular, I have 37 social media platforms. If you go to any of them, I'm not viral. I'm not getting a lot of likes or comments or anything like that. How we signed? We signed three. We made three sales yesterday. Two from our Facebook group and one referral. Yesterday, one day, three clients, three signups, one day. How? Well, it's exactly what I'm sharing with you. It's the consistency of it as well, right? How many events per month? I'm glad you asked. We're going to talk about that right now. I recommend having up to 5 free offers total. Build that up over time. We can help you do that if you want to. Okay, up to five. Why? One for each day of the week. There's actually a strategy we use to implement them. And also, skip regular events, sorry. With regular events, I recommend every second week. Every second week. Now, I'm actually going to be doing an event every week for the next 6 to 8 weeks as we gear up for the launch for our sales academy. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff around setting and sales. I'm about to bring on board a whole heap of setters and salespeople as well myself. So there is a methodology to it. But in that Facebook group, imagine if you're posting there regularly, establishing authority and credibility, building rapport and goodwill and trust. You're posting there regularly, okay? And then every 2 weeks, you're funneling all of those people into a 45-minute Zoom call. And on that Zoom call, you sell, or they get followed up and booked in for a sales call. This is a great way to build community and bring them all together. Okay. So your daily content's your micro marketing, your fortnightly event or bi-weekly if you're in the US is your macro. As long as you're doing something at least monthly, I just find monthly is too long, especially if you have a small business. The smaller your business, the more frequent you do everything, I would say. Yeah. If Tony Robbins does a live event, he's going to get a lot more people there. How many events do we need to do to get the same in front of the same amount of people as Tony? 100, 1,000, right? So there needs to be an increase frequentially, if that makes sense. So, and I also do regular giveaways, like do a weekly giveaway. Like some cool things. Do you guys actually look at your data and your stats of your group? So if you go to the Facebook group, right, you can come in here, you can see engagement. Okay, I can come in here. I can see which day is the most popular. Okay, so what is today? I don't actually know what today is. What is today? Today is Friday. So if I come to Friday, what's the most popular time? 12 a.m. Okay, I want to get my post done then. All right, well, I'm going to be sleeping. Okay, when's the most popular time here? I can actually schedule posts as well. So you can see which days, which times have the best interaction and get the most eyeballs on your post. So when to post, so you're not just winging it. But you can also come in here and have a look at wait, I want to see here it is here. The most engaged posts and who's been engaging the most as well. And so you can do giveaways based on that. Whoever does the most posts, whoever gets the most likes, I would do a regular giveaway. And it could just be something small like a free session with you or something else. It could be a movie ticket, I don't know. But doing regular giveaways and actually create community in there as well. Okay. But right now, if you're not yet doing a morning post, lunch post, and evening post, don't get too caught up in trying to overanalyze it. I would just focus on the consistency. 3 posts a day, an event every 2 weeks. Create that community, grow it, watch what happens. Now you might only get 2 people show up to your first webinar, Katie. If 2 people show up, so what? 2 people show up, change their life, wow them. There's 2 potential clients. You can also record the webinar and upload it and put it on all the other socials, email it to your list. Now you've got this evergreen. You might even turn it to a funnel down the track, right? You might even go into one of your courses down the track. So if only 10 people register, that's 10 leads, 10 people you can contact and book in for appointments as well. So very simple. And this process doesn't take a lot of time. Right? I think I have a question in my chat. Worst case, you record and upload. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Cool. And of course, you put the webinar into the group so people can watch it later as well. Yeah. So the fourth step is so first, we want to optimize the group. Second, we want to grow the group. Third, we want to nurture the group, build relationships in there. And then fourth, we want to qualify. So how do we turn suspects into prospects and then obviously clients? Are you doing an event that the topic is related to that group specifically? 100%. Yeah. And so what I'd actually do is say, for example, let's say I just launched this group here. It's a really good question. And again, the purpose of this training is the finer details, right? If I was to, let's say I just launched this group. Okay. So I've launched this group here. Okay. We specialize in coaches and agency owners. We have two programs, startup, scale. First thing I'm going to do, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a webinar on how to get to 20,000 a month. That's going to be the very first webinar I do because that's my entry level program. That's the audience I want to attract. So it makes sense I'm going to do that. Okay. So yeah, 100% you want to be doing webinars that are relevant to whenever you do any content, whether it's a Facebook Live, a reel, a webinar, or write an entire bloody book, you're always solving their problems or helping them get what they want, which is why when we help you work out your avatar, there's 5 problems that keep them awake at night, stressed, 5 goals and dreams that keep them excited awake. And we bridge those gaps. My group is private. No, so you can't change a private group to a public group. Keep the private group because we're actually going to talk about that now in the steps. So you do want a private group as well. Okay. And this is the next step. Katie, you're onto it. We're on the same page. So now we want to start qualifying people to get them into an appointment or have them become a client. First thing is we want to funnel them into a private group. Okay. So how do we do that? So if somebody books an appointment on Calendly, somebody registers for an event, or somebody downloads a free offer, they all get invited to the private group. So here's my private group. Okay, for our business coaching. So here's our private group. It's only got 1,800 members. These are our hot market. These are the bottom of the funnel. This is where our clients come from, the private group. Okay. Now in here, we still do we still do the same content. However, the public group, the primary focus, Katie, is showcasing yourself. Okay. The private group is showcasing people. The private group's all about showcasing the people. Welcome, happy birthday, congratulations, testimonial, and so forth. And I would do some exclusives, even if it's a weekly live or something like that, do some exclusive stuff in there. Yeah. So the private group is the bottom of the funnel. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Social proofing. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Showcasing, make it all about the people. So find them in the private group. So when they book a call, okay, anyone that gets booked in for a call, they get added to that group and welcomed. Anyone that registers for an event, they get emailed the event with a link to Calendly and the private group. Anyone that downloads a free offer, if you see any of my free offers on the thank you page, there's Calendly and a link to my private group. I think Mark, you joined the other day from downloading it. You would have experienced that personally. Yep. So I want to funnel people into my private group because that's where my clients are going to come from. Okay. So once they're pre-qualified, I'll funnel them into the private group. Yeah. So again, we're creating a funnel system. We have the profile, the Facebook profiles. We build the group, we nurture the group, and we transfer them into the private group, and we turn them into a client through the 5th and final step. Okay, and this is the most important for today in regards to actually getting clients. The sun just came out. That's nice. So the 5th step is convert them into leads and then clients. How do we take these qualified people, these nurtured people, and actually turn them into leads and then clients and then clients? Okay. So first of all, is the best thing that you guys can do, okay, is in your business is to have more conversation. The only thing stopping you guys from growing your business fast is lack of conversations. It doesn't matter if it's over the phone, in DMs, on a sales call, whatever it might be, but you need to have more conversations. DMs are the fastest and easiest way to do that. Now, your VAs can help you do that. Anybody that interacts on your content in the group, if you have a VA, they can interact with those people, use our DM appointment setting scripts and aim to book them in for appointments. I would even encourage you guys, business owners, to have more conversations as well. In fact, one of the first things I get you guys to do, so Katie, like once we get you set up to launch, if you said, I have an hour a day to build my business, what would you do? I would get on a call with my VA for an hour or two every day and have conversations, set appointments together. That's what I would do. Because if you follow everything before this slide, you're going to have 20, 30, 40, 50 people every day to speak to without having to do cold DMs or randomly DM people, right? And that's just DMs. So you need to have more conversations. Now, I'm a huge fan of booking sales calls and appointments, but you don't have to sell through appointment. You don't have to do appointments. 3 ways you can sell. 1, you can send somebody a link to a landing page. You can do that through chat. We've just launched a system where you can sell through chat. Okay. Okay. Number two, you can do a one-on-one sales call. Okay. Number three, you can sell in an event. And if you're using all three, the problem is most people are not using all three. So when having conversations with people, you aim to sell them your service. If you're set up, if you're not set up, you aim to book them in for an appointment. Okay. We have scripts for that. Okay. If they're not ready for an appointment, not ready to buy, you register them for the next event and you create a pipeline and keep rolling people over. If people keep coming to your event, sooner or later they're going to buy something. And when they're ready, sell through chat, news, websites, sales pages. Yeah. Well, there's only really three ways you can sell, right? Send a link to a landing page to purchase, website, AI, funnel. It's a landing page they go to purchase your product. Number one. Number two is on a sales call, one-on-one Zoom. Or three, my favorite is actually in a group format like this, one-to-many in a webinar. This is a group appointment, right? Okay. Now, if you missed 3 weeks ago, I did a training releasing our brand new sell-through chat system with scripts and everything. If you go to my YouTube, all of my socials are I am Jason Grossman. If you ever want to follow me on any socials, they're all the same. I am Jason Grossman. If you go to my YouTube, you can see my full sell-through chat system on there. Okay. If you're hiring a VA through us or in a business coaching program, you get access to all the other scripts that we're talking about here. We want to have DM conversations. We want the phone calls being made. We want the emails being sent daily. We want to aim to sell through chat if we're set up. If we're not, we're booking appointments and registering events. Now, this seems a bit overwhelming, but at the end of the day, you guys want to be like, do you know right now, if you look at my schedule, do you know right now I'm allocating at this stage of my business personally 2 hours a day for DM, I believe. Let's have a look here. So this is my calendar. Okay. This is my calendar. You can have a look here. So it's all the green. This is my social media time. Social media growth and posting, DMs, content creation, DMs again here. So I'm spending an hour to 2 hours myself now, even with team at this level of my business, on having conversations. The first thing that I do work-wise in the morning is I've actually flipped these. I do the DMs first. I booked 3 appointments this morning when I first got up. Okay. So the best thing you guys can do is have more conversations with people. Imagine if you said, okay, I'm going to send 100 DMs a day. Not cold. I'm not saying spam people. You're going to have a lot of people to speak to if you use this system. And that's the beauty of the system. You're giving yourself and your VA a lot of people to speak to. But a lot of you are not doing 3 posts a day, or a lot of you aren't growing it each day, or a lot of you are not spending time sending DMs, or a lot of you are not constantly doing a regular event, or a lot of you don't have any free offers, or a lot of you are not making phone calls. I can go on and on. A lot of you are not making daily email. And this is why we have a VA. Now, it seems like a lot, and there's a lot of moving parts. But what are you prepared to do to get more clients? What are you prepared to do to have greater impact? My question to you is, what of this checklist, what of this recipe are you guys not yet doing? I imagine it's 3, 5, 10, maybe more components. Now, if you're going, well, I don't like that, that doesn't resonate with me, I don't want to do that, then you're not following the recipe and you're not going to get the success and the result. This works 100% of the time, every time, within 3 to 6 months, every time. All of my coaches and top tier level clients that I've worked with over the last 8 to 10 years have made this work every time. They get to 10,000 plus members in the group every time. Yeah. Imagine if you had 10,000 members in your group right now. Okay. So the scripts for that you can find in the VA portal if you're a VA client, business coaching portal if you're a business coaching client, or you can find in the on my YouTube, the sell and chat system if you want to look at that as well. You do need to have things set up in a certain way to sell through chat. And that's the trick. So my question to each of you guys, just going to mute that person. What is the one thing today that I've shared with you that you've realized you're not doing, that if you do begin to do, is going to give you rapid growth? What's the first thing or the next thing you're all going to do, VAs or business owners, to start getting a result from this? Okay, thanks, Mary Louise. We use a podcast, 15 Minutes of Fame, all about them. Awesome, love that. The system, yeah, it's an epic system. I believe we built some of the biggest independent Facebook groups in the world. My last group was bigger than ClickFunnels. My last group was bigger than ClickFunnels at one point. The group as an independent. Yeah, public group and implementation of the system, create events. Yep. But Katie, nailing this system right now is probably the best thing you can do as well. Yeah. Everybody else, VAs, KK, yep, awesome. Does anyone have any questions they want to ask me before I wrap this up? Corinne, Kimmy. VAs, what was your biggest takeaway? Surge VA Angels, what's the biggest thing you got from today? All right, cool. So we're going to wrap it up there. I just want to remind everybody of the 5 steps. So after this session, you've got a couple of options, and it really just comes down to implementation. Knowledge is not power, it's the application of knowledge that's power. So I encourage you to start at the beginning, no matter where you're at. Even if you already have a group of, say, 10,000 members, start at the beginning. Go through the checklist, optimize your group accordingly, even if it's just the emoji. Create the welcome message, etc. Okay. And also with your Facebook profile. Then build it. Create the habit every day with your VA if you have one. If not, do it yourself at the same time every day. You're sending 25 friend requests, you're inviting 49 people to the group every day. Then do your 3 or 4 pieces of content. Then have conversations with people, plug them into your private group, and aim to book them in for a one-on-one. When we're having conversations, we're aiming to sell them in the chat or book them in for an appointment or register them for an event. If so, here's the awesome thing about this process as well, Jeff. A lot of people are not ready to book an appointment. We also live in a day and age where a lot of people don't want to jump on a call for 45 minutes. They know you're going to try and sell them. So getting them to an event to add value is a lot easier, right? So we used to use one-on-one sales calls as the front end mechanism for getting clients. We now use it as the back end. What do I mean by that? I mean, like we now use sales calls for people that know the price, we've offered it to, they've joined the event, they're fully qualified. We just get on a call to get them across the line if needed. Okay. But gone are the days where the front end primary way of selling coaching or services is a sales call. Now you still want to be booking sales calls. But for people that don't want to book a sales call, so you can book them in for an event, send them your next free offer, stay interacted with them that way. Okay. So in our company, what we aim to do, Katie, I know you like this, is we aim to have a conversation with someone, find their biggest problem and goal, find the best offer for them, and we aim to sell them that offer in the chat. If they're not convinced already, okay, we plug them into an event, hopefully sell them in an event. If we don't get them then we aim to book them in for an appointment, right? So we kind of have this flow system. Better to sell in groups, qualifying. Yeah, and that's the awesome thing is, Jeff, right now, it's become very well accepted. Do you know what's super hot in Asia right now in China? Have you seen that? Have you seen the crazy live shopping lives? These women are selling like thousands of dollars worth of stuff every minute. They do this shopping thing. Oh, here's his shoes, here's his dress, and they're doing it as a live shopping in China is huge. It's become accepted where you can do Facebook lives or lives on social and sell. Something I'm going to be testing very soon. I encourage you guys to check that out as well. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for joining today. I really hope you've drawn some value from that. Remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. You might have some more information, but it's the implementation that's going to give you the success. All of you guys on this call, except for Jeff, sorry, already in the business coaching program, hiring VAs, whatever. I'm not going to sell or offer anything today. You don't need to do that. If you want some help from us to help you with anything we shared with you today, reach out to me. We can help you set up the funnels and offers. We can equip you with a VA and social media manager to set it all up. Anything you might need, let us know. If you're watching the replay on YouTube or Mastermind, thank you for joining us. Any questions, let me know. I will also email this to everybody with the slides and some cool stuff tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing everyone soon. We are going to be doing another event. Actually, one last thing before you go. Next Friday, we are doing a free training at the same time. I'm doing a free live training at the same time every week for 6 weeks. Week 2 next week, I'm doing a free live training on how to create your pitch deck, your irresistible coaching offer, which a lot of people talk about and do, but how to create a visual age pitch deck and refine your avatar that you could use to sell in chat, to use to sell in calls, to use to sell on events. Who would like me to personally help you set up your pitch deck, your avatar? Who would like that? Yep. I'm going to send through the Zoom link now where you can register for that on the Zoom chat. And you can click on that and register. Let me just get it for you here. VAs and Angels, those that are here, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. Let me just go how to get clients next Friday. So here's the free live training for next week. How to create your irresistible. There's 10 steps to creating an irresistible offer. There's 4 pages we want to turn it into on a visual aid. We want to make sure we have the right audience that we're going to deliver that to. Because the truth is that if you are an existing business owner struggling to get clients, it's your audience, your messaging, or your offer every time. It's one of those three, all three, or yeah. So here's a link to register for the training next week. Click on, open up Zoom chat, click on that link, register for next week's free training. I'll see you on that free training. VAs, that is not a compulsory training for you guys. You don't have to be there. I encourage you to be there, but it's not a compulsory training. Everyone else, thank you. Have a great day. Thank you for joining us. I hope to add some value to you. Have an amazing weekend. I'll see everybody soon. Thank you.